Hello, friends. Hey, I wanted to tell you a ministry story, something that actually happened. I remember serving in a church at one time. At that time, I was a full-time staff member. Someone had called our church office, and the gentleman needed a ride to church. He didn't live too far from us. He was asking for help. Got his phone number from the church secretary. I called and arranged to come pick the man up. And that particular Sunday morning, I did pick him up. He had his son and another child, like a child's friend. We brought them to church, and it turns out that sadly the man's child cried throughout Sunday school. The child insisted on being with him. And then during the morning worship service, because I was directing musical worship and I didn't sit with the man because, again, I was having to be up leading some things during congregational singing. And so I sit down. Well, I was not aware, but he had gotten up often, was walking back and forth in a lot of back pain, and caused a little bit of a disturbance. Sadly, I got fussed at our next elders meeting. I was an elder in the church. I was told not to bring that person back. I had to tell the person, hey, I'm not allowed to come and bring you back to church. And, and it turns out that I had encountered this gentleman at also his kids. I was volunteering at the school where his kids attended, and I was able to speak to the principal and, again, ask a little bit about the family, how we could help, how they were helping. And I even think the man might have had a problem with, at one point, being addicted to some painkillers, and I hope he wasn't. But the bottom line is, here's a messy situation, and God dropped it in our lap. And I heard even from some other leaders in the church, yeah, that was just such a problem. We just didn't know what to do. Blah, blah. Can I just tell you something? A lot of times we say we want to reach people. We really don't. We don't. They're messy, and we just rather not bother with them. Okay? And here's the other part. It says in the book of Proverbs, I can't give you the exact verse, but where there's no cow, the stall is clean. Or there's no oxen, the stall is clean. So, where there's people involved, it gets messy, it gets poopy. Okay? And a lot of you who say you're Christians, not just staff members, but Christians, you don't want to deal with that. You just want to have a good worship experience. I just want to sing these, songs that sort of make me feel good, give me a certain vibe, and I want to be inspired. But there's people who are hurting and struggling all around you. And can I tell you what happened during the COVID time? A lot of people quit coming to church. And some of them were probably never really into it anyway. And they realized, hey, nobody cares if I don't come back anyway. But the other part,